So it was time to buy some new cables, and I decided to take a little bit of a gamble. Everyone's been sort of sporting the wireless connections from the guitars to their amps, and I decided I would try it out. Not so much because I was really excited by it, but more that it's gotten so cheap it was worth the effort. Now I got a set of no-name versions of these. I'm not even sure who the manufacturer is right now. I'll try to look that up. But the net cost for the pair, that is to say the sending and receiving unit, was under $25, so it was worth the try. What you've been listening to then is what I've been playing through my regular system, just connecting from the guitar to the amp via the Bluetooth. And I have to say, I'm really kind of liking it. I don't know about you, but every time I try to move around or do anything, if I'm practicing, if I'm tripping over cables, I end up having to put the guitar down and basically just be, have some precaution so I'm not tripping on wires and knocking my guitar to the ground. Once you go to these Bluetooth systems, you can walk around with your guitar. It's just no big deal. There's no cables to trip on. Everything just gets better, at least in the stretch from the amplifier to the guitar. I got cables everywhere else. But for right now, this has become a really interesting experiment. I don't necessarily love a lot of Bluetooth systems. A lot of times they're a pain to pair up and get to work. But these seem to be really just made for functionality. Very little effort needed to pair them up. There's a little different setting that you can hit for an acoustic guitar versus an electric guitar. It really just changes the color of lights on things. So it's a very, very simple system to use. Now, I've only had it a few days and I've charged it up 3 or 4 times. But it has really done its thing. It's never run out of power on me yet, and I've been playing around for a few hours a day minimum. And so it's turning out to be a really nice thing to try. Now, I haven't tried it for microphones, and I haven't tried it for any of the other cables that I have, but it looks like it would do a pretty good job. I'm just not seeing any bad parts of it. And from what I can hear, I don't hear any difference between my cabled versions of this and the guitar versions. Now I do know, because I did a ton of the mathematical calculations on it, that if you have really long cables, it really does change the tone of your guitar. Well, this type of a system, it is just not dependent on the length of the cable at all. Now, of course, in a small room, my cable lengths are pretty short and it's not an impact. But for at least right now, this has given me some extra freedom and I'm finding it kind of interesting. Now, I'm going to keep playing with this for a while and I'll probably get one for my microphone system next. And that'll give me some new things to try out and see how they sound. But for the moment, this is a pretty good deal. I'll post a link in the, or at least a description of what I'm actually using in the description section of the video. But yeah, give it a try. It's not that expensive anymore. If I buy cables, it's a $10 to $20 expense, and this is just a few dollars more. So it's kind of fun to try out.